Hello students, I hope you are all fine and in good health. In this audio presentation, I will be revising once again notice writing. As you know, dear students, notice writing is a part of advanced creative writing skills, and notice writing specifically belongs to short composition. So notice writing is of 4 marks, and notice writing consists of 50 words, and notice writing is there in class 11. It is also there in class 12. So as you can see, at the very beginning I have written notice writing, then I have written 4 marks, and remember the word limit is 50. Now some important information related with notice writing. First of all, a notice is actually a formal means of communication. The purpose of a notice is to announce or display information to a specific group of people. Mainly, notice is used to announce or display information to a specific group of people. Notices are generally meant to be pinned up on specific display boards, whether in schools or in public places. Normally in the school notice board it is pinned up. In the market area, in the public places also, notice is pinned, so that in the school it is been attached or pinned so that the students can see it, and in the marketplace as a public notice it is been attached or pinned so that the common people can see it, can read it also. Notices issued by government appeared in newspapers. Sometimes the government also issues some notices. Now that those type of notices normally appears in the newspapers. Now the format of a notice, very important. A notice should be written in the following format. First of all, the name of the organization issuing the notice has to be mentioned. Then the title notice all should be in capital letter, as you can see. Then a heading should be given to introduce the subject of the notice. Then obviously the next one is the date, that has to be mentioned. The body of the notice, very important, that has to be given. The writer's signature, name in block letters, and designation has to be mentioned properly, because that is very important. Without that, a notice has no affiliation as such. So the writer's signature, the writer's name, if possible in block letters, and obviously the writer's designation or the post, that has to be mentioned properly. So I repeat once again, in the format part, dear students, you should note very properly the name of the organization issuing the notice has to be written. The title should be in caps, NOTICE, notice. A heading should be there to introduce the subject of the notice. The date, the body of the notice should be there. The writer's signature, name, if possible, as I told you all right now, only in block letters, and obviously designation has to be mentioned properly. Now I am moving on to the next slide. As you can see, notice writing, some of the important things that you all should know about. It should be in passive voice, and it should be presented within a box. Remember it, dear students, just like in case of poster making, as I told you, that after the entire poster is been framed up or drafted properly, it should be in a box. Notice writing also should be in a box. Word limit, it should be 40 to 50 words. Only words in the body is counted. Remember that one, words in the body is specifically counted. Information that is given must be very clear, should not cause any misunderstanding or confusion. The information that is given, it should not cause any sort of misunderstanding or confusion. Catchy, appealing title should be given so that it can attract the attention at once. Bold letters, catchy slogans, striking words and phrases are to be written properly and are to be given properly. No personal pronouns should be used. Short but grammatically accurate sentences are to be used properly. I repeat, short but grammatically accurate sentences are to be written properly. Now I am moving on to the next slide. It is written notice writing. Now what is a notice? First of all, we all know it. Just a recap for everyone's knowledge. What is a notice? It's a formal means of communication. What is its purpose? Obviously, notice has a purpose. Obviously, to announce, that is only one. Not only that is the first purpose, it has actually multiple purpose. First one, as I told you, to announce. Next one, to display information to a particular or to a specific group of people, to be pinned up on specific display boards. In schools it is there, public places also. Sometimes if a notice is issued by the government, it is printed in the newspapers. So these things are very important for all of you to know. Now I am moving on to another important slide. 5 W's you have to remember in case of notice writing. What is going to happen? That is actually the event. Where it will take place? That is the venue or the place. When it will take place? That is the date and time. Who can benefit from the information and whom to contact. So what, where, when, who and whom. These are the 5 W's. If you are all very much acquainted with these 5 W's, then notice writing becomes very easy. What is going to happen? That is the event. Where it will take place? The place or the venue. When it will take place? That is date and time. Who can benefit from the information and whom to contact. So this, if you are able to have a good hold over these 5 W's, that is what, where, when, who and whom, then obviously notice writing, as I told you, it becomes very easy. Now I am moving on to another important slide. See, it is written notice writing important contents. Now first of all, name of the organization issuing the notice has to be written properly. The title notice has to be written. Catchy heading should be given as been told earlier to introduce the subject. The date of the notice has to be mentioned properly. Body of the notice, very important, has to be mentioned properly. Writer sign name, if possible in capitals. Letter can be written. Proper designation can also should be given. Then only it becomes comprehensive. Then only it becomes complete. Now some major tips related with notice writing. As you can see, it is written notice writing, important tips for notice writing. First one, strictly adhere to the word limit, that is 50 words. See, written adhere to the specified word limit of 50 words. Write the word notice at the top. Name and place of the school, organization or office issuing the notice should be mentioned. Yes, name and place of the school, organization or office issuing the notice should be specifically mentioned. The word notice should be mentioned at the top. And dear students, you are all been requested to adhere strictly to the word limit, that is 50 words, and the words in the body of a notice is actually counted. Now I am moving on to one example, very important. As you can see, this notice is related with Gandhi Jayanti celebration. So how will you proceed? Name of the issuing authority, obviously the name of the school. It is written Zion Senior Secondary School, Paharganj, that is the location. Next line, obviously the place, it is New Delhi, mention, then notice. Then look at the way where the date has been written. Then the main body. Remember, body of the notice should consist of details, purpose, event, occasion, along with date, time and place. All these things are specifically given in the body of the notice. I repeat one more time, the body of the notice actually comprises of the following things like purpose, event, occasion, then obviously date, time and venue. All these details are there specifically in the body of the notice. And name of the issuing authority, that is at the very end, as you can see here. Now how to proceed? Let me explain to you the example. A 2-day long program will be organized to commemorate the birth of Mahatma Gandhi on 2nd October in the school auditorium. I told you date, place, venue, all these things has to be mentioned properly. On 2nd October in the school auditorium from 8 a.m. The time also has to be mentioned onwards. Students who are very interested in taking part should give their names by 25th September to the undersigned. Students are requested to participate wholeheartedly. And finally, undersigned C. Anurag, the name of the head boy is given, and I have given an arrow sign also where it is written name and designation of person issuing the notice. That is very, very important, all these things are. And finally, you have to draw the box as I have shown you here. So these things are very important. Unnecessary things you should totally avoid. Please stick to the point. That will be more than enough. I am proceeding towards another one here, the how the marks division and all those things goes on, the criteria and the weightage, that those things are also been highlighted in this particular example. It is about inter-school English debate, a very, very popular and very important notice writing topic, inter-school English debate. So at the very top, the name of the school is given along with the name of the location, Queen Mary Convent, Lucknow. That is actually the name of the organization or institution office issuing the notice. It is actually the name of the institution, that is Queen Mary Convent. Actually it has the weightage half mark that I have already mentioned there, as you can see. Then the notice word is written, the word notice. Along with that, the date has been mentioned, 8th August. Then a year can be specified in this way. The date when the notice is issued, that is also of half mark. Inter-school English debate, very important. Heading or subject, that also carries half marks. Remember it, dear students. And the content of the body carries 2 marks. And that is 3.5, and the remaining half marks is actually at the very end, the name and the designation is given, so half marks weightage related to that. And if you add up all those, it will be 4 marks. And you know the word limit by this time, dear students, it is 50 words. So let me explain what is written in this particular notice. Students of classes 9 to 12 are hereby requested or informed about an inter-school English debate to be hosted by the school on 16th August. Then a year you can specify, or you can write in this way. Now where it will be, the place or the location, it is the school auditorium, and it will be at 9 a.m. very important. And what is the topic of that English debate? Homework should not be given at primary level. Now dear students, this topic I have given. If you want, you can change this topic, and any topic that you like, possibly you can give that. The school winning the debate will be presented the inter-school shield, and the 3 best debaters will be awarded prizes. Not only that, the 3 best debaters, they will be given prizes. Interested students from each class should submit their names to the HOD English by 10th August, and then you can specify a year, or you can write it in this way. So those who are interested can give their names to the head of the department of English in the school faculty. And finally, Avinash Sharma, class 12, cultural secretary, that is the designation that you have to mention, and that is mentioned in the next line only. And if you wish, you can keep it within a first bracket. Now I am moving on to another important one. This is very important, inter-school singing competition. Here also I tried to specify to you that the word notice should be in capital letter. Army School Sagar, that is the issuing authority. Date has been mentioned. Inter-school singing competition is the heading. Event, date, details, time, follow-up details, all these things are very important in case of notice writing. If you all check it out properly, then it will be much more clear to you all, dear students. Body of the notice, as I told you, it carries the maximum weightage marks of 2 marks. It consists of purpose, event, occasion, date, time and place, and follow-up details. And finally, half marks is also there, name of the person issuing the notice along with the designation. that carries half marks, as you know. The word notice carries half marks. Okay, these things are very important. The title also carries half marks. In total, the actual weightage or the total weightage is 4 marks. So now let me explain this particular notice a bit. It is written inter-school singing contest or competition. The cultural forum of the school has organized an inter-school patriotic singing competition on the occasion of Republic Day. Very important. More than 20 schools from the city will participate in it. The program will be held immediately after the flag hosting ceremony at 8 am. As I told you, fix to the point you will be writing. Unnecessary things totally you avoid it. So you will be mentioning the event, the date, the details, everything. More than 20 schools from the city will participate. That one also you have to mention. The program will be held immediately after the flag hosting ceremony at 8 am. The time also you have to mention. And then see the follow-up details you have to give. In that case, you can leave 1 or 2 lines and then you can write just like I have written. Students interested in participating should give in their names by the 10th of January to the undersigned. Okay, that is very important. That is actually what we can say, the follow-up details. And finally, name and designation of the person issuing the notice, that one has to be mentioned. And finally, president, cultural forum, that has to be mentioned at the next line. Very important, very very important. The format, and obviously at which place you have to write which thing. All these things are being given here with the help of the arrow sign. If you check it once, it will be very clear to you all, dear students. And I have also explained this particular notice also. Now I am moving on to another one. I guess you can see it. Okay, now it is very important. Now it is related with a cultural program, and let us continue. See, King Senior Secondary School, Nainital. Then obviously the date, look at the way where date has been mentioned. It should be in the extreme left hand corner, as you can see here. Then the word notice should be all in caps. Then you have to come to the main portion. Remember, in the body you have to write to the point. Unnecessary things please avoid. Our cultural program is being organized in the school on 30th August. One team from each house can contest in the following items. Group dance. See, column you can make or you can write it in this way. Items, maximum participants and duration. Or if you want to make column, then obviously in column A there will be items, in column B there will be maximum participants, and in column C there will be duration. So group dance, maximum participants up to 8 members, duration is 10 minutes. Light vocal music, in that it can be either geet, it can be ghazal, it can be bhajan. Here 1 participant per team. You have to include all these criteria, very very important. And duration, the duration is 4 minutes. 1 act play up to 9 members and duration is 25 minutes. Group song up to 7 members, the duration is 7 minutes. Now you can change the maximum number of participants and obviously the duration of the time according to your choice. You don't have to write exactly this. If a question like this will come, you can change it, particularly in the maximum participants and the duration. You can change it according to your own wish. Classical dance, 1 participant, 10 minutes. Student leaders of each house will submit entries to the undersigned by the 25th August positively. So that is the follow-up details, and follow-up details is a must in case of notice writing. You have to mention the follow-up details. And finally, in the left hand side, obviously the name and designation has to be written. Either you can write Namrata or Naren. One boy and one girl's name will be given. You have to select only one. And the next line, it is the designation. Here it is, since it is a cultural program, so there is no doubt that this notice has been issued by a cultural secretary only. Now I am moving on to the final one. It is about inter-school Kabaddi competition. It is about related with games and sports, athletics we can say, or Kabaddi competition. So how we will proceed? At the very beginning, name of the school I have already highlighted, ABC School Delhi. Then the word notice has to be written. Then in the next line it is to be written Interschool Kabaddi Competition. Then obviously in the left hand side the date has to be mentioned, as I have written here 13th Feb 2014. You can change the date and you can give any date, that is not a big issue. The most important thing is that how you write the format, how you do it properly, how you execute notice writing properly, that is the most important thing. So unnecessary words to be totally avoided, and you have to write to the point. And remember, the word related with the body of the notice is actually counted, and it is 40 to 50 words. So the word limit related with the body of the notice is actually counted. So how will you proceed? See, it is written Inter-school Kabaddi competition will be held at our playground on Friday, February 20 at 9 a.m. So obviously the date, time, venue or the place has to be mentioned, because these things are the important components of a notice, as I already referred to you all earlier. Students from different schools will be participating in the competition. All the students are hereby advised to be present at the venue to motivate the participants. Now everyone will not participate. Obviously the rest of the students will cheer up their seniors or their classmates in this particular Kabaddi competition. Refreshments will be provided by our school. Contact the undersigned for any query. Refreshment definitely will be provided, and so everyone should participate, at least not for the kabaddi, for that everyone will be participating, but to cheer up them, the others should also participate in this. And finally, since you are the school captain, so in the left hand side your name can be mentioned like Arjun, and or if you want you can mention a girl's name also, if in the question it is preferable, or it is given one boy name and one girl's name will be given, as I already told you, because NCERT question one boy and one girl's name is mentioned. And finally the designation is mentioned here, as you can see it is written sports captain. So in this way you have to do it, and finally you have to draw the box as I have shown it here, and in all the notice that box has been drawn. This is very important. So dear students, I have discussed at length regarding some of the instructions and guidelines along with some of the examples related with notice writing. Kindly go through it, and if there is any doubt anywhere, let me know about it. Thank you students. Thank you all.